So, not so long ago, every one of us, well, most of us, if we were lucky enough, would have a winter bike. You'd have your winter road bike, which would have clearance for wider tyres. You could put mud guards on it. It would probably be slightly less valuable, like an older steel bike like this, with mudguard clearances and sturdy components. And then you put your good bike away for the winter and you would use your winter bike. But is there still a need? Does anybody still, do you run a winter bike, or do you just use the one bike all year round? Obviously we've got gravel bikes now, which have got that huge tyre clearance, and they've got mudguard bosses and various other bosses, and they've got obviously they've got durable components on them. They're designed for all-terrain conditions. They've got disc brakes. All the things you might have looked for in a winter bike are now present in your gravel bike, which you can use all year round. And even with modern racier road bikes now, half of those things still apply. A lot of them have still got mudguard fit-ins, or you can fit clip-on mudguards. They've all got wider tyre clearances now, and that's getting bigger all the time on road bikes. And disc brakes obviously are a thing now on road bikes. So is there that need anymore to put your road bike, or your summer road bike away and use a dedicated winter bike? Or is it a bit of an outdated thing now? Is it a necessary extra cost? Not everybody can afford to run two bikes in the first place. For me personally, I run my gravel bike all year round. I think as long as you're washing your bike after every ride and you're properly lubing it and maintaining it, this whole thing of grinding your bike away over the winter can be mitigated to an extent just with proper washing, proper lubrication, and just generally taking care of your bike. And then that whole need for a second separate winter bike that takes a beating through the winter months. And I mean that was the problem with your winter bike. I've been guilty of it myself. Winter bikes get very little maintenance because you see them as this bike that you pull out for the winter to abuse, and it gets put away dirty and it doesn't get much love, So a winter bike is not a bike that is going to last very long anyway, because in most cases they're not very well looked after. So maybe there's more of a case now of just like stick with your bike all year round, whatever that bike is, and just look after it and just make sure you lube it and clean it. Because as I say now, the modern road bike, and certainly the modern gravel bike, mitigates a lot of those reasons that you needed your winter bike, which was things like I said, like the wider tyres and the disc brakes and all the rest of it. A lot of that is now present on your modern bike anyway. So question is, do you run a dedicated winter road bike, which was a tradition for a long time? All your cycling clubs, you'd find the riders would all switch to their winter bike, and then their best bike will come back out again in the summer. But is that extra cost of a second bike justifiable anymore? Have gravel bikes taken away that need with their versatility, and even modern road bikes with their versatility now? So yeah, the question is, do you ride a winter bike? Have you got an old steel or aluminium bike that comes out in the winter, or are you a one bike person that just looks after your bike and rides it all year round? Let me know down below. Let's have a conversation about it. Give a bit of advice to people that are perhaps new to cycling and wondering whether they need a second bike to get through the winter. And yeah, we'll have a chat.